Do you constantly find yourself on your phone scrolling on Reels and TikToks for hours on end and then eventually feel like crap right after? Now, if that's you, this video was made specifically for you. We live in a time where it's getting increasingly difficult to actually focus and lock in. And the culprit, you guessed it, your phone. And here's the crazy part. We are actually training our brains to overconsume. Every single scroll you take on TikTok is literally releasing the same amount of dopamine that could rival that of coke addicts. But what if that doesn't have to be the case? In this video, I'll be sharing with you 5 ways on how you can stop consuming and start locking in. And the first point right off the bat is control how often you post on social media. You're probably wondering, Bernard, what does me posting a little story or a little post on Instagram have to do with my addiction? Well, here's the thing. Most humans are actually self-absorbed. Now, according to a study done, in real life, people spend an average of about 30 to 40% of the time talking about themselves. But on social media, we spend a whopping 80% of the time talking about ourselves. Talk about narcissism. Every single like you get on our photo, every comment you get on our story is literally the avenue for a new dopamine hit. Social media is a master of stroking that narcissistic ego that we all have. But here's the thing, it wouldn't be so bad if it actually ended there. I mean, just a little check on Instagram or TikTok or WhatsApp would not really hurt, would it? But that simple harmless check on your comment section could quite literally turn into a 2-hour binge on social media. Now, the next step is to track how much time you spend on these apps. And like a really popular quote by Peter Drucker, which says, "What cannot be measured cannot be managed." The reason why most of us might find it easy spending 4 to 5 hours scrolling on Instagram or TikTok is because how much time we are actually spending on these apps are not immediately obvious to us. And here's a really cool app I found to be really helpful, and I am not sponsored in any way by this company, although it would be cool if I was though, but I am not. So the name of this app is actually called Your Hour. Now, what this app helps you to do is that it literally shows you in real time how much time you spend on each app on your phone. And if an app exceeds more than 30 minutes, it literally turns red, making it super obvious that you really need to get out of there. Now, what makes this super helpful is that it actually makes it a lot easier for your guilt mechanism to kick in. Because I mean, when you're looking at 2 hours wasted on an app, it literally makes it way quicker for you to come back to your senses. Now, the next way is to create more. Creative pursuits like writing, coding, even making YouTube videos like this one, don't just act as a creative outlet, they actually act as a defense mechanism towards overconsumption. Now, according to a study done by Stanford University, they discovered that people that actually engage in this creative pursuits were on average 73% less likely to overconsume social media compared to those that just stuck to traditional methods like by going on some kind of phone fast or something. Now, the main reason why we scroll and overconsume in the first place is because we crave novelty, we crave engagement, we crave an escape from boredom, and we're usually seeking for a kind of challenge. Creative pursuits actually help you to satisfy all of these factors and more. The more I'm talking about is that it helps you to become a contributor. When we overconsume, in that dynamic, we are the takers, we are the consumers. But when you create something, you become a contributor. And in some way, you are adding some form of value to both yourself and others. And the creation of value is quite literally the start of any big financial endeavor. Look at Facebook, for example. Because Mark Zuckerberg created the app, Facebook, I don't need to tell you how much is in his bank account right now. Or even Amazon, because Jeff Bezos created something, he's making billions. Even musicians, because they create a song, or movie creators, because they create a movie, they are in a sense tapping into a major financial vehicle. And creating anything, basically anything, it gives you a kind of start to the process of actually creating some kind of value that can both benefit both yourself and humanity. Now, the next way is having a daily plan. Now, there's a really interesting conversation from the book Alice in Wonderland by the Cheshire Cat and Alice. And this dialogue went like this. Alice asked the cat, "Would you tell me please which way I ought to go from here?" And the cat responded, "That depends a good deal on where you want to go to," said the cat. "I don't much care where," said Alice. then it doesn't matter which way you go, said the cat. Having some form of plan or some form of agenda for your day gives you direction on where you want to go. And when you have a direction on where you want to go, it makes it less likely to actually waste 3 to 4 hours doom scrolling on brain rot videos. And if you do find yourself doom scrolling with a plan, the guilt trip is way more crazier when you actually do know you need to be doing something else. And actually, it makes it a bit more likely that you would stop it earlier than you would if you had nothing. Because I mean, what does it matter if you spend 3 hours? If you had nothing planned with the 3 hours you spent. The next point is to forgive yourself. With everything said so far, slip-ups would most likely be inevitable. No matter how super productive you are or how optimized you might be, there will be moments where you would not be functioning at 100%, and that's normal because we're humans. But the thing is, where we tend to miss it sometimes is when we actually find ourselves in those moments, we begin to beat ourselves up. And when you constantly beat yourself up, it actually leads to the opposite effect, because you will find it really difficult to actually keep going on your journey to reduce consumption and to actually stay locked in. So forgive yourself. Give yourself the grace to move on and keep going. And guys, if you like this video, I really think you're going to enjoy this video about 7 habits that are keeping you lazy and how you can fix it. And like always guys, remember to always keep it real. Bye guys.